Hi there, thank you for joining. In the last two episodes, I laid out the foundations of what parental alienation is and emotions that boil in alienated children. If you haven't watched them, I strongly encourage you to do so, as without clear understanding what alienation is and what emotions it triggers, you may not appreciate how difficult it is to overcome the devastating effect it has on a child's future life. In this episode, I would like to talk a little about the flaws of the system that enables parental alienation. And since I have no faith in system workers introducing any improvements, I would like to present how this could be done by us mere people. I will also take the opportunity to share some of my ideology and worldviews that I hope may one day be received by my children. Please remember that by liking and subscribing, you are helping me reach my sons. Thank you for being a part of this journey. If you are an alienated parent, you know very well that all the blame is often placed on you. In reality, the crime you committed is likely the decision to quit the life of a beta male, a money provider, served to you by your ex, and to refuse to continue carrying out all of her demands. Of course, in her view, this deserves severe punishment. Here is where the system comes to her aid. The system is blatantly biased against men, presuming guilt based on gender rather than evidence. If your ex-partner makes accusations, the police will come repeatedly, with no consequences for false claims. I've experienced this firsthand. 9 visits from police and social services due to my ex's unfounded allegations, including physical violence, giving drugs to children, kidnapping, and sexual abuse. Each claim was thoroughly investigated and found baseless, yet my ex faced no repercussions for her lies while my family were interrogated and caused a severe distress. Despite these blatant distortions, social workers not only ignored the facts and treated my ex as a victim, they also twisted statements to support her claims. During one investigation, my son was asked if he was ever afraid of me. He said he was when I held a spider. This was reported as "dad frightens children with spiders." Another time, police came to my home looking for an 11-year-old girl whom I allegedly bathed with my 7 and 9 years old sons. In reality, I asked them to keep company to my 1-year-old daughter from the new relationship while she was playing with toys in the bathtub while I was cooking dinner. In court, the Kafka's guardian recommended that I not have contact with my children, despite the visible signs of alienation in my children and my ex's practices. The guardian, despite having 13 years of experience, had never received specific training in the area of parental alienation. Additionally, she had no background in psychology whatsoever. Her career progression was from social worker to guardian. She chose to dismiss the guidelines provided by her organization and instead based her recommendations entirely on her emotions. This lack of specialized training and reliance on personal judgment rather than established protocols significantly undermined the credibility of her assessments. The guardian claimed that my son's mental health might suffer if he met with me. I argued the opposite, but without official credentials in psychology, my concerns were dismissed. A month later, my son harmed himself with scissors, confirming my fears about his deteriorating mental well-being. The guardian's experience proved inadequate, but the system did not acknowledge its mistake or offer support. Instead, it silenced me further. The court's decision stood firm, dismissing the possibility of alienation and undermining my role as a father. Many social workers adopting a victim mindset are easily manipulated by alienating parents who present themselves as victims. This is especially problematic in regions where the system financially supports victims of abuse, incentivizing false claims. The system needs to recognize this dynamic and avoid granting custody to parents who misuse their victim status. Often the other parent is a capable provider who has much to offer but is unfairly vilified. This has happened to me and countless others. During the court proceedings, the judge acknowledged that my ex's actions were the root cause of the breakdown in the relationship between me and my sons. I had naively assumed that there would be a structured, systematic process in place for reuniting alienated parents with their children, perhaps some facility where professionals could assist in rebuilding the fractured bond. The judge even inquired with Kafkas and social services to see if they could facilitate such efforts. Unfortunately, he was informed that no such process or facility existed. In response to the lack of resources for reunification therapy, I decided to create a dedicated space and process to address this need. I traded my city apartment for a countryside farm with a large plot of land. Despite having a well-established career in IT, I enrolled in university to earn a degree in psychology. Over the next few years, I plan to transform the farm into a sanctuary where, under professional supervision and in a picturesque countryside setting, fathers can work to rebuild their relationships with their children. I will design activities to foster bonding and create new, meaningful memories for those who have been affected by alienation. Having such a place will give judges the confidence to rule in favor of therapy that supports the reunification process. Additionally, I will develop training programs for police, social workers, and teachers to help them recognize and address parental alienation more effectively. My aim is to equip alienated parents with the tools they need to quickly and effectively rebuild their relationships with their children. I seek to prevent future cases of alienation, as no parent should ever endure this tragedy and no child should suffer such abuse. To make this vision a reality, I need your support. By subscribing, liking, sharing, and leaving comments, you can play a crucial role in bringing this important project to life. Your engagement helps amplify the message and ensures that more people become aware of the efforts to support alienated parents and their children. Together, we can create a sanctuary where healing and reconnection are possible. Join us in this mission and help turn this vision into a powerful force for change. Your support can make all the difference.